All right, breaking news. According to Kyle Shanahan, Steve Wilks is out as the defensive coordinator to the San Francisco 49ers. Steve Wilks out. Wow. He just announced on a press conference. So there you go.
Yeah, nobody's shocked.
First fallout.
Yeah, no doubt. And maybe this started when they wanted him to come down the boot, come out from upstairs. But I am not shocked at all. And I don't blame the defense, but you are right when you keep saying Gouda had chances to make a play. But, damn, one and done. Calipari with Steve Wilks.
We can jump right back into the Niners. Steve Wilks out. He is out as defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. Did we say mutual, anything like that? That we can glean? Was it mutual, or did Kyle Shanahan just say to the writers that he's not coming back? We'll find that out. Let's go to Murillo in Petaluma. What's up, Murillo?
My guy, it's been a while, huh?
Hey.
You're having a hell of a year. Hey, Steiny, I'm glad that you're doing well, man. It seems like you just got up on a horse. Nothing happened to you. No load management. Look at you. I hope some of this money that is coming into the station is going to go to your pockets, guys. I hope some pay raise is coming because you're deserving. I'm following all these commercials, all these. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. And it should be a day Wednesday. I'm glad about the Warriors. I've been waiting for the right time to call about the Warriors. And it's I'm glad that I said this to you before Christmas when you did that great interview with Stephen A. Steiny. I didn't forget. You cannot make a move. You cannot put your pulse on the Warriors until you have Draymond Green back. And this guy is the game changer for us. And I think he's connecting so many things in this team. Weak side help defense has been great, and I think a lot of that stuff is a tribute to him. So I'm positive. I think we can sneak into that 20 or into that 6th seed, maybe the 5th seed, and I don't think anyone wants to see us. I'm glad we're together, and some guys are getting healthy. And let's go, Dubs. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Appreciate it, Murillo. If you're just joining us, the San Francisco 49ers, Steve Wilks, no longer defensive coordinator. This is Kyle Shanahan from yesterday when asked about Steve Wilks.
Is Steve Wilks coming back next year?
I haven't talked to anybody yet, so yeah, I expect all our coaches to be back.
All right, well, Steve Wilks is not back. That news coming in just minutes ago. The 49ers defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks. And go ahead, Evan.
Yes, this was from Kyle Shanahan just moments ago on his conference call. That's when he announced it, saying that, quote, it just wasn't the right fit for the organization. It also added nothing about Steve as a man or a football coach. He's a great coach, but just where we're going and where we're at with our team from a scheme standpoint and things like that, looking through it all throughout the year, the last few days, felt pretty strongly that this was the decision that was best for the organization. That's from Kyle Shanahan.
All right, 888-957-9570 is the number. Steve Wilks out as defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. I guess you could say maybe this is the first shoe to drop after the Super Bowl. And my question to 49er fans is, what do you think? I mean, what do you think? Steve Wilks is out after 1 year. I have a bigger question for 49er fans, and that is, and I'm not going to hold it against Kyle Shanahan that he's got a coaching tree already, but we've had Robert Saleh, we've had D'Amico Ryans, we've had Steve Wilks. We're going to have somebody new next year. Does that matter? Does that stall continuity? Is that something? Is it a good thing that the 49ers have had two defensive coordinators get plucked from them, forcing them to go in another direction? Steve Wilks out, defensive coordinator of the San Francisco 49ers. Steve Wilks out. 888-957-9570 is the number. Does that make you feel better about the San Francisco 49er future? Goo?
Oh, man. To answer your first question about is it a good thing, I mean, it's always about the guy and his future, who you hire, and if they can be in a better situation, nobody will hate you. Hate to lose them, and the reason I say that is because they hit it out the park with Saleh and they hit it out the park with D'Amico Ryans. But anybody with good eyesight could see this Steve Wilks was not of that. He wasn't a rah-rah guy, Steiny. He wasn't a guy that that got in your face like they were accustomed to. And how many times did we say, where was Bosa? What's up with this run D? So with that said, I think the defense had Wilks' back from, it's almost kind of, I'm grading on a curve here. Their performance in the Super Bowl is nothing to be ashamed about, even after our guy got hurt, Greenlaw. But the 24-7 first half against the Detroit Lions, guys giving up on the plays for whatever reason, the Niners just, this defensive unit kind of not being as crunk and thug life as we were accustomed. We could kind of see this coming. But where I think the embryo or the seed started was the Monday night all-out blitz right before halftime, him coming out the booth, him kind of biting his tongue. I'm kind of built for this, but you could kind of see this thing coming, Steiny. And I said it a few weeks back to you, and I shared it. I think he could be replaced, and this was before the Super Bowl, and bam, here we are. 3 days after the Super Bowl, he's out.
888-957-9570 is the number. Steve Wilks out. The only thing I would say is was Robert Saleh definitely better than Steve Wilks? Was D'Amico Ryans definitely better than Steve Wilks? I mean, none of them got it done, right? So,
damn.
They just didn't. There's not a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator among the three of them. 888-957-9570. I asked you how much confidence you had in Kyle Shanahan. Do you have as much now as you did before the Super Bowl? I guess my question now is, what do you think about Steve Wilks and the San Francisco 49ers? They are going their separate ways. Big hat tip to Lorenzo Neal. He knew it. I'm convinced he knew it last week when he said, I don't think Wilks will be back.
He also alluded, Steiny, that he may not want to be back.
Maybe. So Kyle said he wasn't the right fit. Is that correct, Evan? Steve Wilks was not the right fit.
That's what he said, yes.
So Kyle Shanahan addressed reporters just moments ago. Steve Wilks will not be back, said he wasn't the right fit, and now the 49ers will go get another defensive
So you mentioned those three opportunities for the defense to close it out. With this transaction, Steiny, it tells me maybe Kyle and John Lynch felt the 4th-and-1 crash. Wilks wasn't on the field where Bosa crashed and Mahomes kept it and ran. I mean, all in all, they felt like our defense should have stopped Kansas City, could have stopped Kansas City, and there's a parade tomorrow. So maybe they're putting it at his doorstep.
So Robert Saleh was the defensive coordinator in 19 when the 49ers lost the Super Bowl. Thumbs up. I mean, the bottom line is that in late in both of those Super Bowls, the 49ers defense couldn't close.
Yeah.
They gave up 21 late in Super Bowl 2019, and they gave up, unfortunately, 4 consecutive late scores against the Chiefs in Super Bowl Sunday.
Anybody's name come to mind for you? Because Bill Belichick is out. He wouldn't take that job.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
888-957-9570 is the number. 415 on the Comcast Business text line. I'm glad they fired the defensive coordinator, as we could have played a lot better, but they refused to blitz, which cost us the game. Here you go, Goo, 925. I think Belichick could help a lot. Being next to Shanahan on the sideline, running that defense. We always talk about improving every position.
Yeah.
888-957-9570 is the number.
Kind of makes sense, though, Steiny, when you talk about all that. You've said it many times, the resources, the money, the chicken that was invested in that defensive line, and collectively, even before the playoffs and in the playoffs, before the Super Bowl, they all went MIA. And obviously now I'm starting to think the coach or the head coach thought it might be more the scheme than the players. Because we were like, where's this defense? What's going on? And bam, they didn't waste any time.
From the 510 on the Comcast Business text line, it's an obvious move. The season was a failure, being this 49er team is the best in Shanahan's tenure. Someone had to be the scapegoat. That's our guy Chris A. from Oakland, who's on 2 chats. He's that good.
Oh, wow.
Robert's in Oakland. Let's talk about what just happened with the San Francisco 49ers, which is this. Steve Wilks out as defensive coordinator. What's going on, Robert? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Steiny? Hey, what's up, Guru?
Hey.
I think it's time to get rid of Shanahan. You see, when you have a team with this much talent, but you still cannot win the big one, there's something wrong with the coaching overall. Oh, it's starting right. Hold on.
All right. Does this make you feel any different about Shanahan? Like, do you feel like, wow, you got rid of Steve Wilks? And we don't know. I'm sure it was Shanahan, but the question is does this make you think, maybe Shanahan's not as safe as we thought?
I'm not mad.
Doesn't have to do with it.
Nah, Steiny, I think this started when again, man, we do work in a team environment, and the way that Steve Wilks reacted when they made his ass come out of upstairs in where he was comfortable at, when they made him come to the field, if you follow the tea leaves then, that was a bad sign. And to me, the sign was, just from a defensive standpoint, the defensive unit collectively could be doing more. And it progressively got worse over the season. So I don't think this is an overreaction about Kyle, because if you followed the Niners all year long, you could tell there was some animosity from Steve when they asked him, I can't even believe you guys are making a big deal about me coaching on the sideline. But bottom line is, we were looking for the Niner defense. We were looking for Bosa. We couldn't understand why this front was not getting home and causing havoc. And only Steve Wilks has those answers, or maybe he doesn't. And you got gifted Randy Gregory and Chase Young, and it still wasn't it never got there to what we thought it was going to be outside of that Jacksonville game weeks ago. So I'm not surprised. I saw it coming, Steiny. I'll say that. No victory lap, because I ain't happy he got fired, but something was off.
Ernie Chavez paying $2 for the super chat. Give Guru his flowers. He called Wilks being fired.
Like, I don't want flowers for that.